Hi guys, this is Jiggie, a portrait and wedding photographer from the Philippines, and welcome to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing how some video specific gear found its way into my bag. So what are these things that are video specific but actually found its way into a photographer's bag? These are Hollyland Wireless Video Transmission systems. So what do? They basically pick up a signal from your HDMI out in the camera, connected via cable like this, so it connects here, and it transmits a Wi-Fi signal containing everything that your camera is seeing, whether it be video or, for me with photography, it's my live view, and transmits it to either an iOS device, an Android device, or a separate receiver that you could connect to a TV. So I have a bunch here that I actually use, but let's start off with this one first. This is the Hollyland MarsX. So why do I like this and keep this one in my bag all the time? This is small, it's got a built-in battery, and I can connect it easily, let's say for example here, to my camera, and I have it on the go with me all the time. So why do I want one of these to be always in my bag? Because we'll never know when I want to create content for you guys. Meaning, if I'm in a shoot that's not really planned for content creation, then I'm like, hey, this would make good content. And if you guys are familiar with my videos, you know that I like giving you guys a first person's perspective of what I am doing. In other words, I am recording whatever it is that my camera is seeing on my phone, like this one. I actually have my phone mounted here, okay? And once I turn on my Hollyland transmitter, it transmits a signal for me to be able to see everything and record everything on my phone. Now, why do I have to have my phone? Because number one, my phone is my recording device, and number two, it doubles up as my live view screen. Because as you guys are familiar, again, if you guys are familiar with the channel, you know that I want to give all the settings of my camera. So that means I have to have HDMI info display on. And when I do that, it turns off the screen in the back of my LCD. That's why I need a phone here for viewing and recording at the same time. So basically, this MarsX becomes my go-to whenever I am on the fly, meaning it's something that's unplanned. I just need it for a short amount of time because this has an internal battery, which would last about 2 hours. Though I can power it via USB-C, but it would be cumbersome. But 2 hours is usually more than enough for me to be able to record a video for you guys. And it's very handy. So it's very small. I can put it in my pocket, or I can put it in the pocket of my bag, and I can just leave it there in any case that I actually need it. So that's why I have this one, the MarsX. Now, the MarsX has a built-in battery, as I said earlier, but it does not have a receiver. So in other words, this one can only connect to an iOS or Android device for viewing. And the fact that it's not too heavy, it's very easy for me to put on my camera even when I am shooting outdoor. So that's why I have the MarsX. So you guys are gonna ask, why do I have this one now? This is the Mars300Pro. What's the difference between this one and the MarsX? Well, this one has a longer range, number one. Number two, it has a different battery, so it will last longer. Number three, it's also got an HDMI loop out. So if I have this connected here to my camera, I can actually have another one, an HDMI out to another monitor if I want to, a bigger monitor. And I can have my phone somewhere else recording. Or it can also transmit to a receiver that I can connect to the TV. So normally I use this one whenever I'm in the studio, especially now during the era of the pandemic. I don't want too many people beside me. Normally I would just tether to a computer, then all the creative directors will be there and looking over what we are shooting. But now we want to be able to practice social distancing, so I have them in a different room. So what I would do is I would have this receiver connected to a TV in the room they're in, so that they can monitor all the shots that I am taking. So this one has a longer range than the MarsX. Plus, this one has the ability to be able to connect to a TV because it's got a receiver with an HDMI out. Okay, so that's why I have the Mars300 Pro. So you guys are gonna ask me, why do I have this? This is the Mars400sPro. because when I am doing workshops, this one has a different use. This one is for when I am in the studio, and this one is for when I am doing workshops, or when I was doing workshops when we were allowed to have like 100 people in one room. So I would always have this connected to my camera when I am giving my lectures, so that number one, I'm hands-free. I don't have any HDMI cords connected to the normally an LCD screen or an LED wall behind me. And number two, especially when I am giving workshops here in the Philippines, we usually have participants of over 100 people, and we are inside a ballroom or an events place. I can't bring all those people outside with me when I want to demo high-speed sync, or when I want to demo being able to control the sun. So what I would do is I would have this receiver connected to the LED wall or to all the LED screens. What I would do is I would go out, start shooting, and I would have this connected here on top of the camera. And doesn't it really look good on top of the camera? It looks so professional. But I would actually have it on top of my camera in order for me to be able to go out and shoot, and at the same time have a wireless lapel on me, so I could be talking to the audience while I am shooting and explaining everything that I'm doing, and again showing everything that my camera is seeing, so that they can see straight out of camera how the images look and how the light affects these images. So you guys may be wondering what the difference is between the Mars400sPro and the Mars300Pro. Well, it's all about latency and distance. In other words, the Mars400sPro can transmit further than the Mars300, and this one connects to this one faster. So these things, I never really expected that I would get so dependent on them. But ever since I started using them, I don't think I can leave the house without at least this one in my bag. I didn't want this one to be such a technical review or an explanation. Basically, I just wanted to talk to you guys about how I use these transmitters. But if you guys have any questions on the technical details of these transmitters, please leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be glad to answer them. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And while you're at it, click that notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you want to see more of my images, you can find me on Instagram. It's at Jiggie Alejandrino. Okay, till the next video.